Welcome back to another episode of FIU Dynasty. If you missed last episode, go ahead and check it out. There's a full playlist of every episode on that playlist. So go ahead, if you missed the episode, go ahead and check the playlist. But if you did not watch that video, we ended up winning all three games last episode. Two of the games were really close, and the other one was a complete blowout. We blew out California 49-3. And then it was a close 4 or 6 point win against Pittsburgh, and then a close 3 point win against Boston College. So we're kind of starting to maybe slip a little bit, but we are still ranked number 2. We fell from number 1 to number 2 because the CFP polls are now in. So now apparently it has us as the number 2 team, and it has Ohio State as the Oregon as the number 1 team up there. So that's why we're number 2, I guess. But today we will be finishing the regular season against the Miami of Ohio, and then we'll play Florida Miami, and then we have a bye week, and then we have Virginia Tech to finish out this season. So that means we have 2 ACC games left. We are currently number 1 in the ACC. However, Miami, Georgia Tech, and SMU all only have 1 loss, and we face Miami in one of our final 2 games. So, if we just beat Virginia Tech, if we beat one of these 2 teams, I believe we're in. I don't know how it works if we all have a tie with one loss, but we're going to start this episode going against Miami of Ohio at home, which is an important matchup because we do have some guys visiting. We have Josh Ahmed visiting, which we should get him after this week. We have Jimmy Johnson also visiting, and then we have Alfonso Hajrulahu. I'm butchering that, I know I am. Week 10. So this is a big week. If we can get a blowout win versus Miami of Ohio, it will definitely help us getting some more recruits. But last episode, we did get our first 3 commits of year number 4. We got Tyree Riddick, 4-star gem right tackle, and then we got Alexander Paxson and Abdul done both 4-star players in the secondary. But we're close on some of these guys. We're getting overtaken for some people. Some people are finally getting to their top 5. But like I do every time, I'll do this all off screen, and I'll update you guys on the recruiting board. All right, updating the recruiting board. Looks like, I think either if we win or lose, Josh Ahmed's going to be coming to FIU. So we should add another commit there. Jimmy Johnson's obviously visiting this week, and the only other team going after him is Miami of Ohio, who we're actually playing. So that hopefully should be another commit that we get. Alfonso, we're our hard-selling hometown hero. Miami, Florida are also going after him, but again, with a big Week 10 visit, that could hopefully give us the boost that we needed. However, Miami also has him visiting this season, so that's unfortunate. We're hard selling on Alex Hicks. So Alabama's going after him. Oregon looks like they kind of stopped. So between us and Bama, we're hard selling here on Jason Byam. We're hard selling on Nick Wagner as well. Elijah Kieran, I think Texas is going to go after him. But once he reaches his top 5, we should be able to get him on a visit, and I believe if we can combine Wagner and Kiernan for a visit, that should hopefully get us Nick Wagner, a better chance of getting Nick Wagner. Joey Vargas, he's the number 14th ranked player in the nation. He's currently the top rated right tackle. He's a 5-star. Nobody's going after him, so I figured why not? Let's toss 35 points on him, see if we can get good progress on him. We're throwing 25 on Hugh Duck. We're throwing 15 currently on Jimmy Craver, the 3-star gem quarterback, and then we're throwing 5 on Matt Cager. He's 84 speed, he has workhorse and blow up, 86 excel, 80 pursuit, 75 hit power. Currently only tossing 5 on him, but that's because we used some on scouting some guys and hard selling on guys. So that's the update to the recruiting board. Now for our first game of the episode at home, going against Miami of Ohio from the MAC Conference. They are sitting at a 72 overall. We're playing up to an 84 overall. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into this game against the Red Hawks. What would win in real life, a Panther or a Red Hawk? Me personally, I'd go with the Panther, even though the Red Hawk can fly and just fly away. But if they were both having to battle each other, the Panther, I believe, would win. So we'll see if that's true today. So we have our first moment here with the ball. Carver is in the game. Line a little bit banged up. I thought the run to Carver. God, I try to cut that, and they're all over that. So now we got to go for it again on 4th and 1. We have Davis in the game, Lobato. We're going to run the ball, and Lobato's going to get the first down. Nice 4th down conversion there for our offense. And now we face 3rd and 10 now. Or 9, what do we do? We're going to lob it up to Malik Clark, the 95 speed wide receiver, who drops the fucking ball. No way he just dropped that ball. Oh my god, dude. And we also missed the field goal, so now Miami, Ohio has the ball on 3rd and 8. They're going to motion out a running back there. Quarterback has time. He's going to loft it towards the sideline, and it's intercepted! Vernon Woodard takes away the ball. Big interception for Vernon Woodard, who is now slotted at corner 1. As missed last episode, Jaja Boyd did get hurt. So like it's more playing time for our other corners on the roster. And there's Vernon Woodward, the 3rd, who makes a nice play there. 1-on-1 with the receiver. Alright, so now we have the ball at the 21-yard line. Fire that one in there to Sean Burke for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, a handoff to Greg Carver. Who's going to get the first? Puts him at 23 yards on the day. At 1st and 10, we're going to run the speed option here. We're going to try to pitch that. We're going to fumble the ball. And somehow Carver doesn't pick it up, and Miami of Ohio is actually going to score. How does Carver not recover the ball there? All right, Miami of Ohio has the lead now. God, it's been drop touchdown and then a fumble return for a touchdown. This is a terrible start. So now it's 3rd down and 4 right now. Never running speed option ever again. But we'll see what we can get. As we're going to fire that one to JoJo Stone, who thankfully makes the grab there. Another 3rd down. This one's 3rd and 4. We'll toss that one over the middle to Deion Briscoe, who will move the chains again. We're now in the 2nd quarter, currently down by 4. But we're going to throw that outside. Briscoe! There's no Miami, Ohio defender even near him. And Briscoe's going to take that to the house. It took us a quarter and a half to get in the end zone. That was an RPO. I felt like that was kind of risky, but they only had one guy out there, and as long as we blocked him, it would have been a big play, and it turns into a touchdown. Deion Briscoe in the end zone, and we have claimed the lead. Now we got to make a stop here on 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 for Miami of Ohio, and they're going to get the first down. 1st and 10 run. We're all over that one. They're going to end up losing a yard on that play. So now it is 3rd down and 11. So it'd be big if we can hold them to a field goal here. As Cork's going to pass it, he breaks the sack attempt. Somebody else go after him. Jesus Christ. Where's the rest of our defense? We're going to use one of our timeouts here to get the ball with about 1:40. And the field goal from the left hash is barely good. Sneaks in there, and Miami of Ohio reties it. All right. Got a 2-minute drive here, 1st and 10. Oh my gosh, do we have him again? Briscoe makes the catch! In traffic, down to the 40-yard line. We're going to go hurry up. 1st and 10, we're going to try a stretch to the left side. Carver's going to get outside. Carver's going to juke inside. Get down to the 24-yard line. Now 1st down and 10. Underneath. Malik Clark gets 5 there. 2nd down and 5. We're going to throw. That's a terrible thrown ball. Luckily that wasn't picked off. What the fuck was that? All right, incomplete brings up a third. Third down and 5, and we're sacked immediately. Holy shit, I didn't even get to throw the slant route. They have 3 down linemen. How did they get there? Because our left tackle fucking just watches him as he goes right past. Holy shit, dude. And now we got to make another third down stop. 3rd and 9. Some pressure on the quarterback would be good. And we get some, and he's brought down. Juan Figures gets the sack there on 3rd down on the quarterback. That gives him 20 career sacks. All right, we got a touchdown, so now it is 20-13. What we do, we're going to throw that outside. How is that not pass interference? What the fuck is going on right now? And how does he not get wide open there on that play either? All right, we got the field goal, so it's now 3rd down and 5 for our offense. We're going to fire that over the middle there to JoJo Stone, who makes the grab. Uzi at 250 or 280 now. They're down 5. We're going to start with a give to Lobato, who makes a juke, and they're going to give him forward progress there. Now we're up 30-13. And facing a 4th and 3, Miami of Ohio. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to get first down and get some more yardage there, down at the 38-yard line. Now they're going for it, 4th and 3. They got their motion, they're back. We're going to blitz, and the blitz is going to get there. And now it's 3rd down and 4. We're going to keep this one with Awuzie, who's going to get the first down and just get down, not risk taking the hit there. And now we face a 3rd down and 1. Here, well, I think we're just going to snap it with a few seconds left here. Give to Bibbs. He's going to get the first down. He's going to get much more than just the first. He's going to get 6. Piling on to our lead now. And that concludes this game. We win 37-13. We outscored them 24-3 in that second half. Awuzie had over 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 55.9% completion percentage. Feels like he's on player of the game almost every single time. As he wins it there against Miami of Ohio with a big victory with recruits visiting, like I said. Blowout win helps, gives us a bigger boost on those visits. So we'll take this big win. Look at the stats. Awuzie, 19 of 34, 306 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the junior quarterback. Rushing wise, Greg Carver, 14 attempts, 60 yards. We didn't run the ball as well as I would have liked. Lobato had 12 attempts, only 23 yards, but it was Kevin Bibbs with our only rushing touchdown on 7 attempts for 31 yards. Receiving wise, JoJo Stone, 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Malik Clark, who even dropped a wide open touchdown pass, finished with a touchdown on 67 yards. But it was Deion Briscoe with over 100 yards and touchdown on only 5 catches. You see Burke get a few catches there. Sacks allowed, somehow the one on Trayvon Volk, I want to say it was, who allowed the, or maybe not, maybe it was our backup tackle because Eric Mayo's hurt. So that's not good. CJ Burhey led the team with 6 total tackles, 2 TFLs for Tuttle and Bardo, 1 for Queen, Figures, and Herrick. Sacks, we had 4 sacks. Alani Queen, Cameron Tuttle, Will Bardo, and Juan Figures, all with sacks. Interceptions, Woodward with 1, and Shamir Sterling with 1 as well. Pass deflections for Alfonso, Tuttle, Cook, and Elias. No forced fumbles, no blocked kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, Alex Span did miss 1 field goal, so he was 3 for 4 today. Punting, Carnegie averaged 51 yards per punt, had 2 inside the 20. That's a good day. Kick return, Lobato had 1 return for 34 yards, but Briscoe was 99 yards in total. So that is the game. Pretty good stats. Pretty good stats overall. A big win against Miami, how it keeps us undefeated, and now you're 10-0 on the season. All right, the injuries are starting to pile up here towards the end of the season as Eric Mayo Will miss the next 3 weeks with a torn labrum. Habart also will miss the next 3 weeks, also with a torn labrum. Dennis Bowe, we should be getting back before the final game. But Jaja Boyd's out for the season. He tore his rotator cuff. We put him on injured reserve. So I don't know if that means that he'll be redshirt next year and we'll have him on the team. I don't exactly know. His deal breaker is playing style, which is at A plus. So hopefully that means he'll decide to stay. I don't know. And that is our fourth commit. 4-star wide receiver Josh Ahmed from New Orleans, Louisiana, commits. And so does D tackle Jimmy Johnson from Louisville, Kentucky. That's two more guys to our board. We are now first for Alfonso, and look at that. We have a giant lead. I almost said massive, and then I said giant. We have a giant lead. Now we are back to number one in the nation. Alfonso, look at that. Big visit. Now it looks like it's going to be Alfonso time. Kieran, yeah, Texas is going after him. They're not putting as many points into him. But still there in first. Maybe we can steal Elijah Kieran from Texas. I don't know. But look at that. We are back to number one in the nation with that win. And now we have Miami, who is 8-2, number 7 in the nation. They are sitting 5-1 in conference play. Take a look at the conference standings. Still, it's Georgia Tech and SMU and Miami with only one loss. Louisville, Duke, Virginia Tech, Stanford are going to need absolute miracles. Don't think it's going to happen. But hopefully we can get this big win against our state rival, Miami. Now we have Miami, Florida State, and now FIU. We have three Florida teams in the ACC now. As we take a look at the two new guys we just got, Josh Ahmed, it was a 4-star speedster with 94 speed off the bat. 92 excel, 81 catching, 83 deep, 89 spec catch, 6'4" with 94 speed is pretty insane. He's a big time player that we're getting. And Jimmy Johnson, 4-star D tackle. We're gonna need D tackle after this year because our 2-star D tackles are seniors, so we're gonna need to get some more depth in recruiting. He's got 89 strength, 83 power moves, 66 block shedding. He is really just a power rusher right now. Not really good at stopping the run, but we're gonna need D tackle. And Alfonso, I think we might have it all wrapped up. I don't know if Florida can maybe put a big push. Miami might be a little too late, but hopefully I think that might mean we have Alfonso. Alabama overtakes us for Elijah Hicks, which is unfortunate because we are hard selling on him for that. Bynum, we are down to second now with him. All right, updates to the recruiting board. Like I said earlier, Alfonso Hajrulau, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We are hopefully going to get him this week. Alex Hicks, we are having him a visit. We're having him visit against Virginia Tech and complimentary visit with Adrian Kashama. Just wanted to get a complimentary visit, so we got that. Jason Byam is currently got us in second place. Nick Wagner, we are also hard selling. We have him visiting also Virginia Tech, so that's going to be a big game. We have Elijah Kieran also visiting Virginia Tech, so that's going to be a big game. We're throwing 40 or 30 on Jimmy Craver, 25 on Hugh Duck and Darren Finnegan. Currently the only team going after him. He's got 88 hit power after shock and blow up, so he's a big hitter. He's a big hit waiting to happen, so we're currently the only team going after him, so we'll take that. But that is the updates to recruiting. Nobody visiting against Miami because it is a road game. This is a big game. If we win, we're in, essentially. I think so. If we win this game, I think we're in the conference championship. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm just guessing. But biggest games of the season so far is against Miami. They're number 7. This is another game of the week. We had one earlier. It was against Clemson when they're ranked number 3 and we were number 4. Miami is a 92 overall. We are an 84 overall. They have the better team. And it's on the road. So this is going to be a tough environment to go ahead and win, but we're going to try our best, and we're going to play these moments. All right, but before we jump in the game against Miami, I was going to do this, and I forgot to do it before the game. We're going to redshirt some more guys here. I think we're going to redshirt Sam Chen. He's appeared in 4 games. I just want to keep some lineman depth. So I think we're going to end up redshirting Sam Chen, and if our right guard does get hurt, we have Manuel or Mew to potentially step in. So we're going to go ahead and redshirt him there. And then we're also going to redshirt Talia Handy because he hasn't played more than 4 games, so we can still redshirt him. Unlike Alani Queen, he's already played 8 games, so we cannot redshirt him. But we can still redshirt Talia Handy, and I think that's something that we're going to do. Playing style is his deal breaker, so he shouldn't transfer unless 4-stars transfer no matter what if you don't play them. But so he's only started in 3 games. Apparently, he's recorded no stats, so we're just gonna redshirt Talia Handy there and get him as a redshirt freshman next season. But I believe those are the only redshirts I would like to do as we finally start jumping this game against Miami on the road, number 1 versus number 7, interstate rivalry. Let's go. We're going to try to make this a rivalry here in these next few years. Here we are in our biggest matchup of the season so far. We got the U versus the Panthers of FIU. That rhymed. Does Miami play at Hard Rock Stadium? I believe they do play at Hard Rock Stadium. The home of the Dolphins, but this time it's the home of the Miami University Hurricanes. And we're looking to get a big win here. It's the biggest game of the season so far. Win, and I believe we're in. I'm not entirely sure, so don't look into that too much. So we're going to start on defense here on 3rd down and 8. Can our defense make a stand? Miami's just going to run it, and we're going to make the open field tackle. Nice play there. Now we have it in the red zone from the 9-yard line, a 1st and goal. You know what we like to do in the red zone. We like to run the ball, so we're going to give it there to Carver. Somehow I got pushed out of the open hole right into the defender. All right, it's now 2nd down and goal. From the 6, outside to Burke, the tight end, who gets in the end zone. Hits the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Sean Burke. And we strike first in this interstate matchup. Sean Burke in one of his last games as an FIU Panther, but we still have the potential conference championship and then the playoffs if we make them. So we still have plenty of games left to go in this season. All right, so now we got to make another stop on 3rd down against Miami. Look at all those stars they have. Everybody lined up at wide receiver has a star right now. So we are severely matched up in that area. We're also severely matched up in the trenches because we got no pressure, but we forced the incomplete pass. Now facing a 3rd down and 4. The stadium pulse is at a max right now. Can we shut up these Miami fans? And we will with a Malik Clark 1st down. Move the chains. All right, 3rd down and 6 now. What can we do? We're going to get the outside Malik Clark again. The Miami safety made a good break on that ball. Thought it was an easy 1st down. And now we have the ball again. We made the field goal. Down to 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Another keeper. Awuzie jukes out a Miami defender. Awuzie carries it another defender to the 1st down. Big run there for Awuzie. And now we're threatening Miami at the 3-yard line. Carver in the game now. And we're going to give that one to Carver, who breaks a few tackles, but is brought down after only 1 yard. Another 2nd and goal here. Kevin Bibbs, our big power backs in the game now. Can he power into the end zone? And he actually will go in untouched. Kevin Bibbs, more of our goal line, short yardage back, get you the tough yardage. But that was easy yardage there as he goes in untouched for the score. And we are now up 17-0. With this extra point, 16-0 with this extra point pending to make it 17 points. And Miami's finally on the board there on their own. 1st down and 10 here. We're going to run a screen to Kevin Bibbs. It's going to only get us a yard here. We'd go hurry up. 2nd down and 9. We're going to launch this one deep to JoJo Stone, who can't catch it off the bounce. And Miami's defense make a stand here. We're going to try to scramble with Awuzie, and we're sacked. Miami's defense makes a stand. We do not get points, and we will have to punt this one away. And now we jump all the way with 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We haven't really been getting much time as Miami scored, so now it is only a 3-point lead. Here, as we're looking to pass, we're going to throw on the run there. Malik Clark. We're going to be well short of the 1st down. It looks like we went for it on 4th down. So now we have a 1st and 10 from the 14. We'll start with a run. Come on, Barker, block him. Good block by Barker down the field. Derek Lobato goes in the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. It's now back to a 2-possession lead. Big blocking downfield from the transfer Barker at tight end. Followed his blocks. Made the one key block for the score. Touchdown, FIU. And now it's 4th and 5 for Miami. Can we get a stop here on 4th down? The quarterback's got time. Outside, overshoots receiver by far, and it's no good. So now we have the ball on 3rd down and 4. How can we convert this one here? Wuzie is looking. Wuzie tries scramble, fumbles the football, and Miami recovers it. Jesus Christ, dude. That's a big turnover. God, dude. Now they're going to go for it in 4th 11. I tried to step up and scramble, but, of course, we fumbled. So now Miami has to convert another 4th down here. 4th and 11 to keep this game alive. Alani Queen affects the throw. Make the tackle. Cameron Toto makes the big tackle. And we get the ball right back. Now it's 3rd down and 4. Miami needs a stop here. Oh, shit. I tried to bowl that into Clark immediately, but he drops it incomplete. And Miami's got to go for it again on 4th down. 4th down and 6. So far, we've been pretty good in stopping them on 4th down. Will that change today? Quarterback just lofts it out to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Another 4th down stand by this defense. All right, 2nd down and 7. We'll start with a run play here to Lobato. God, we gotta block those guys. If we just block that one guy, it's a potential touchdown. All right, 3rd down 6. Start with a run, Lobato, and they're gonna get there. And another 4th down moment for our defense. If we get this will seal the game. They're gonna snap it pretty quickly. Their quarterback's got all the time in the world. Can we get to him? We finally do, but he delivers a wide open pass for the 1st down. But since he was so far down the field, took a lot of time to get down there. Miami will have one more play here. Miami into the end zone. Incomplete, and that will do it. We beat Miami on the road. Look at that. We held them to only 14 points. This defense is unbelievable. 5 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown for Sean Burke is your player of the game. It wasn't the best offensive performance, but you know, it makes the complete team. When the offense doesn't have a good game, the defense steps up and makes plays for the offense. And they did there today. And as we are now 2-0 against Florida teams this year, obviously we beat Florida State, and then we beat Miami, both on the road, by the way, and we played Clemson on the road. We played some of the best teams of hard places to play on the road today, 27-14. All right, looking at Awuzie's stats, 16 of 23, only 164 yards. Did have a touchdown. Rushing-wise, Derek Lobato with the most carries, only 34 yards and a touchdown. Greg Carver had 10 carries for 80 yards, had 2 rushes of 20, so that's good. Awuzie fumbled the ball, so did Deion Briscoe, but Kevin Bibbs got the other rushing touchdown. Receiving yards, it was Sean Burke, 5 catches, 72 yards and a touchdown. Nobody had more than 45. Stone had exactly 45, and a bunch of other guys with only a catch or 2. Sacks, Bodie McCaslin, who's filling in for the injured Eric Mayo, allowed 1. Trayvon Volk allowed 1. The freshman left tackle. Defensively, 13 tackles from Cameron Tuttle, led the team. TFL's Alani Queen, Jadi Abasiri had 1. Sacks, we had no sacks that entire game. Interceptions, we had no interceptions. Pass deflections, Elias, Jet White had 1. No forced fumbles, no blocked kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking, Alex Spann made 2 big field goals, went 2 for 2 today. Punting wise, Carnegie averaged 41 yards per punt. Kick return, Briscoe had 1 kick return for 20 yards. And then JoJo Stone averaged 3 punt had 3-punt returns for an average of 11 yards. So that is the stats. A big game on the road. And I believe with that win, that maybe locks in the conference championship for us. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but we're looking really good right now. And after that game, Alfonso decided to finally commit to FIU. The 4-star gem will linebacker commits to FIU. That now gives us 5 or 6 commits. We're second for Eric Wagner. It looks like Clemson could run away with that one. Hugh Duck, we're in first. Finnegan, we're in second. Clemson's also going after him. Clemson, stop that, please. I withdrew on Joey Vargas because I wasn't going to try to compete with Texas and Ohio State, especially that we were far behind. So I think I'm going to give up on Joey Vargas, but I'm going after Nick Wagner. He is visiting next week, so that will help. Brand exposure is now up to a B-. And as we look at the conference standings, I believe we have clinched the conference title game against SMU. Because if we lose against Virginia Tech, that'll put us at 7-1. And if SMU wins out, they're also 7-1. So, and Duke lost, Virginia Tech lost, which is big. So that means we are in the conference title in the ACC in our first season. It's our first season in the ACC. I was expecting maybe a year or two to get adjusted to the step up in competition, but so far we've been dominating some teams and winning big games. But so that means we will be in the conference championship for the second straight season. And it looks like Dennis Bowe will be back today. Will be back. He's only had 5 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown, so he hasn't really played too much, but he does play. He's played in every game that he wasn't hurt. So that is something good to get back. And we will be getting back Sam Habert for this final week. And then we will also be getting Eric Mayo back for this final week. So there we go. We'll get those guys back for the Virginia Tech game. But it's week 12. We have a bye. So it's just going to be a nice, calm week of recruiting. And with Elijah, that does give us 6 commits now on the season. All 4 stars. He's got 86 speed, 90 excel. He's a fast coverage linebacker, and I love that. He'll be a great addition to our defense. All right, updating the recruiting side. We are now throwing 50 on Nick Wagner. Hopefully the recruit with Florida State doesn't go well. Otherwise, we're going to lose him, obviously, and we don't want to lose him. He's an 87 speed tight end, which is something I wanted in tight end, a little more speed at tight end. Our tight ends are like high 70 speed. I want a little bit more speed. Nick Wagner is the perfect tight end, but Clemson's ahead of us. Florida State hasn't visited this week. Finnegan, we're also going 50 into as well because Clemson's now found him. So has Miami, so that's awesome. Kiernan, we are still throwing 50 into him. If the visit week goes well, he could be somebody that we steal from Texas. Bynum, I unfortunately don't think we're going to get Bynum with Texas Tech having him a visit and us not really. I don't know, but we're going to keep him on the board just in case. We're throwing 30 on Jimmy Craver now. We're still the only team going after him. Hugh Duck, we're still going 25 into. And then we added some 3-stars, and we found a 3-star gem D tackle, Shamir Warrior, with 87 strength, 71 speed, 78 finesse moves, 79 pursuit. He doesn't look too bad. Northwestern's currently in first, but they're not really going after him, so I figured why not try to swoop in and steal a 3-star gem. That's the update to the recruiting side, but we have no game this week, so we'll go straight to week 13. All right, so not good news to recruiting. Nick Wagner just straight up committed to Clemson, so there goes that dream. Alex Hicks is also visiting this week. I don't know about Hicks, but Kiernan, we could maybe steal Hicks or Kiernan. Kashama's visiting this week. I only have him, so we get the boost with Hicks, but he's also visiting. By him, we are in second for. Recruiting now is not looking fantastic. Finnegan, we're still in second for. But for some reason, we go down to number 2. I don't know why. And we also went down to championship contender. So you don't play 1 week, you're still 11-0, 7-0 in one of the best conferences in the whole game, and then you go down to championship contender. It doesn't make sense for me. But we have our final game of the season against number 25 ranked Virginia Tech at home. So I believe we have the conference pretty much title locked up. If SMU loses, that means we could be facing either Miami, Duke, or potentially Louisville in the conference championship. But we'll see who we play after we beat Virginia Tech, who is now ranked this week. But look at the recruiting. Unfortunately, Wagner decided to not even wait for our visit week, decided to sort of commit to Clemson. All right, updates. The recruiting board. Alex 6 is visiting this week. Hopefully we can steal him from Bama. If we force a recruiting battle, we're not going to win that one, unfortunately. Recruiting is not looking good right now. We're still second for Finnegan. We're still in there with Clemson. Elijah Kieran's visiting this week. If we win, we maybe steal him. Same thing with Hicks. It's not looking good right now. Bynum's also not looking good. Looks like he locked out Texas Tech. So that helps us. It still doesn't really help. Craver, South Carolina is now actually starting to go into him a little bit. But we are countering that with throwing 50 into Craver. We're throwing 35 into Hugh Duck now that Syracuse, SMU, Arkansas are now going after him. And then we are throwing 35 on Shamir Warrior. We're only going after 7 guys, and we're currently not in first for 4 of them. So we're going to need to find some other guys that we could potentially go after. And most of these other 4 stars we have on our board, they either don't look very good or we're too far behind to even make an attempt at them. So looks like these could potentially be our only 6 commits going in this offseason. But with a win today, I don't know, we still have a chance with getting some of those guys. Like I said, Hicks is visiting this week. Kieran's visiting this week. So is Adrian. I'm not really interested in him, but I don't know. Maybe he's a gem in it and he's a star dev. I don't know. So we just have him for the boost for Alex 6. Kieran's also visiting this week. If we get a blowout win, I don't know if it'll help us. Maybe we snag him from them at the last second. But enough talking about recruiting. Let's jump into the game against Virginia Tech, who is now ranked. But we don't have to go into Virginia Tech, which I would love to see Darude Sandstorm in the game. But we'll have to wait until maybe next year. But let's go ahead and jump to this game against the Hokies. Here we are in the final game of the regular season here in year number 4. Yes, I did take Spanish. So there you go. I'm showing off my Espanol. But we have to take care of business here. If we want to finish, now we're just playing to go undefeated in the regular season. Virginia Tech comes in this game, number 25. They're looking to pull off the upset against number 2 ranked Florida National, but we're not going to let that happen. Now our defense needs help immediately. So that's not a good sign right now. But our defense has been pretty good. As it starts with an RPO, look at that. All over that one. And after the rush of no yards, it's now 3rd and 14. Can our defense make a stop here? Quarterback's got time. He's got too much time, and he's just going to lob that one out of bounds. Is that intentional grounding? That's got to be intentional grounding. The receiver was nowhere near that ball. But I guess not. So they'll settle for a field goal from the right hash. The kick is no good! It dinks it off the upright! And it remains scoreless. The Hokies are chokies. I don't know, I thought that was cool. But he misses the field goal, and it's all good. As now we're going to get our drive. Somehow Carver's injured already. 1st and 10, we're going to hand it off to Carver. Who's got space? Greg Carver gets a nice big gain there for the first down. He's a little banged up. So we're going to sub in Lobato now. All right, 1st down and 10. Oops. Oh, wow. Stone makes a play. What a terrible play from the corner there. I thought that was going to get picked off for sure. Now we're starting with a give here to Lobato. Had room. Makes a nice tackle there by the defensive lineman. 2nd and 5. Get the underneath to Briscoe. They're going to mark him inches short there on 3rd down. And now we have to... Oh, man, I'm going to take a big, deep shot. Here on 3rd down and inches. We're going to take it from Malik Clark, who has speed. Malik Clark this time doesn't drop the ball. Touchdown, FIU. It's a big risk there on 3rd down, but it's 3rd and inches. Even if we don't get it, we can just go for it on 4th down. But we saw press on our fastest wide receiver, Malik Clark. We take full advantage of that one. Big touchdown for our offense. We strike first. All right, back on defense. Got to make another 3rd down and 4 stop. As they're going to run it, and we're going to make the tackle. What a play by Berkey. And there's an injured in Virginia Tech. It's Tommy Ricard. All right, we got a moment here on 3rd down. What can we do? We're going to motion out Lobato here. We're going to fire that one into Sean Burke, who's going to get the 1st down. Big catch by Sean Burke, the senior, with the 1st down grab. All right, looks like we might not have made the field goal, so we are back on offense here at 3rd 3. How can we convert this one? We're going to convert it with a throw to Deion Briscoe for the 1st. Puts a Woozy over 100. Now a 3rd down and 6. How can we convert this one? Oh my gosh, Cassius Davis is wide open. The fullback makes a rare touch and gets up the 1st down conversion. Another 3rd down on this drive. God, they didn't even do everything on offense. We're going to go 5 wide here. 3rd and 7. Malik Clark is wide open. Malik Clark holds on to the ball. Down to the 1. 1st down. All right, 1st and goal, handoff. Lobato tried to cut it right there. Just doesn't have the speed. And Derek Lobato's hurt. That's not good. We're going to run stick here. We're going to hope Stone can hold on to the ball, and Stone can't. Dude, we got to hold on to some of these tough catches. Bruised shoulder for Lobato. Bibbs will come in now. So it's now 3rd and goal from the 3. What can we do? We can fire that one in there to drops the... Guys, you gotta catch the ball. And we did get the field goal, but so did Virginia Tech. So now they have the ball at the 46. Come on, defense. Let's get pressure on this quarterback. He has way too much time to throw the ball as he's gonna launch it deep back of the end zone. One-on-one coverage. Gets mossed. Oh my god, dude. And just like that, Virginia Tech's gonna tie it. It's completely silent. It's deafening how quiet it is. Major loogies. This guy's hawking loogies, apparently. Oh, there we go. We finally brought down the quarterback after he fucking threw a 50-yard bomb. No, there's no way that's a catch. His foot's fucking far out of bounds. He catches the ball. I mean, his foot's clearly out of... He doesn't get a little spike on the ground. Challenging that. We're going to challenge that. There's no way he got his feet in bounds. No way. No way, Jose, I say. Look at that. His foot's way out of bounds. That's not a catch. We already know what's going to happen. And they do. Great challenge from Coach Pitbull. Way to go, guys. Good thing I recognize that. And Virginia Tech will force them to punt here. And now we'll get the ball at the 20-yard line. No touchdown, Virginia Tech. And now we got to make another stop. On 3rd and 7. Oh my god, I don't like that we're having... Dude, okay. When I'm trying to sub out my edge rushers, make the first option edge rushers and not fucking linebackers. Why is that a thing? When I want to sub out my edge rushers, I'm going to sub out my edge rushers. When I want to sub my linebackers, I'll sub out my linebackers. Jesus, okay, 1st and goal from the 2. Virginia Tech looking to tie this one. They're going to motion a wide receiver. We're going to give it. He's going to cut back right. We're going to make the tackle. All right, 2nd and goal now. They're going to motion out their back. 2nd and goal. They snap it with a few times left. And good blocking from their line. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And just like that, they tie the game. This time it's not overturned. We finally got our first offensive moment in what feels like a decade. We get it on a 3rd and 5. This is big. Carver is not guarded out of the backfield. Carver's got the first down. Carver's got more. Spins out of a bunch of defenders, and he's down at the 4-yard line. What a spin by Greg Carver, made a Virginia Tech smoothie with that blend. And look at that, offense is now moving. Let's see what happens here. On 1st and goal from the 4, we're going to audible to an RPO. We're going to give it Carver. How come they've had so many unguarded D tackles on these RPO plays? Like, what are we doing on the offensive line? Where we have unguarded defensive linemen on run plays. Alright. 2nd and goal. Oh my god, they have a million spies out there. Awuzie just throw the ball away. They spied everybody. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 7. Oh man. Audible to this here. 3rd and goal. Awuzie's looking, trying to scramble, and he's sacked. Offensive line also isn't doing its job either. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, so we get a field goal, but Virginia Tech has the ball again. At our territory, it's 3rd down and 6. We're going to blitz linebackers. It's not going to get there in time. Drops the ball. Good thing he dropped that. And it looks like Virginia Tech will not go for it because they have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left. So, few first downs should hopefully ice this game. Start to run Carver. Our offensive line is just getting absolutely bitched by their defensive line. They're getting pushed. They're getting pressure. Holy shit, dude. What is wrong with this offensive line today? So now it's 2nd and 11. We're going to run the ball with Carver. Pushes forward for 5 yards. All right. It's 3rd down and 6 now. Can we convert the slant? There's a flag. It's on us. Oh, shit, dude. I threw it almost immediately, and somehow Moses Barnes is... Dude, what has this offensive line been today? It's been absolutely atrocious. It would also help if our defensive line would get pressure, too. That would also be nice. But 1st and 10, the quarterback's got time over the middle. Another drop from number 98 there. All right, 2nd and 10. It's going to be another pass. This time he's wide open and makes the grab. 1st down, Virginia Tech. All right, defense, let's get a strip fumble. Let's get a turnover. Let's just steal this fucking game right now. 1st and 10, outside, wide open. Is the running back out of bounds? All right, got out of bounds. That stops the clock. Making some adjustments here. 1st and 10. Quarterback gets hit as he throws, incomplete. So now it's 3rd down and 7. Come on, defense. Let's get a sack. Let's just end this game here with a strip sack fumble. All right, they're going to motion somebody there over to that right side. It's a screen. Come on, make the tackle. Make the tackle. Big open field tackle. And Virginia Tech is going to kick a field goal. It's from the right hash. The kicker's missed before. Can he miss again? This will tie the game. If he misses it, it's over. His kick is... I thought that was going to hit the upright. It's good. Virginia Tech, at least we hold them to a field goal. So now we just need a field goal of ourselves to win this game. All right, we'll start the drive at the 25-yard line. What can we do? We're going to fit that in there. Malik Clark, get 7 yards. We're going to go hurry up. Hit Carver out of the backfield. We're going to get the 1st down. That stops the clock momentarily, but we got to keep going. All right, Briscoe's going to motion. Awuzie's looking to run. Awuzie has speed. Look at all that open field. Look at all that open field for Awuzie. He's going to get a bounce at the 30-yard line. No eyes on Awuzie. We're down to the 30-yard line. Our fans are going insane. As it's George Awuzie with a huge run. That was a 35-yard gash. They had no contain. Their only guy out there was Hathaway, and he's a defensive lineman. He's way too slow to catch up with Awuzie. Big 1st down. So we can now run the ball because we have 2 timeouts. 18 seconds. Try to get some easy yardage there, as Virginia Tech's actually going to use a timeout. We're gonna try to keep it in the middle. A nice like 6-yard run would be great here. On a run, we're gonna get exactly that. Carver timeout at the 15-yard line. All right, I think one more run should do it. We're gonna run the ball. We have one more timeout. We're gonna call it timeout. Hands off Carver. And we're gonna pause it with 4 seconds left. Come on. Come on. 31-yard field goal to win the game. Alex Span makes it. There's 1 second left. There's 1 second left. And it doesn't matter, as we go undefeated in the regular season, 12-0, with a big last-second field goal from the freshman, and just like that, we squeak out another victory here at the end of the season, as Awuzie is your player of the game with that big 35-yard rush, which gave us in field position. A nice run from Carver got us even closer. Called the timeout, kicked the game-winning field goal. 16-13 over Virginia Tech. These last few games have been a little too close for my liking, but we'll take the win. And we finished the season 12-0, 8-0 in conference or in ACC. We'll check out the stats. Awuzie, 13 for 25, 181 yards, 52% completion percentage is not good. He did have a touchdown. Rushing, Carver carried majority of the load there. He had 18 attempts, 80 yards. Lobato, 7 carries, 9 yards. Awuzie, up to that 35-yard rush, had only 5 yards rushing. He finishes with 40. We didn't get a rushing touchdown, which is pretty rare. Receiving, Malik Clark with the big game. 3 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. That was our only touchdown of the entire game. So glad we got that. Stone dropped 2 passes. Blocking wise, sacks allowed by, or a sack allowed by Mew. Defensively, Jet White with 8 tackles. Habert, who's back. Elias with 7 as well. 2 TFLs for Berkey, Tuttle, Lindstrom, 1 for Chekwa, Abasiri, Sterling, and Jeff Cleveland. Sacks, Kellen Lindstrom with 1, Berkey and Abasiri with half a sack. We had no interceptions. We had pass deflections for Lerone, Berkey, Alfonso, Tuttle, and White. We had no forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking, Alex Span did miss 1 field goal, but he made the one that counted the most, the game winner. Punting, Carnegie averaged 40 yards per punt. Kick return, Briscoe averaged 33 yards per return. JoJo Sloan averaged 20 yards per punt. That's pretty good. And as we finished our first season in the ACC, undefeated, 12-0 in the regular season, 8-0 in conference play. What a way to finish the year in a game-winning field goal. All right, and my fear came true. It was too late. Alex Six chose Alabama. We filled up the bars for both of them, but they decided to go to Texas and Alabama. Come on. You guys would be almost year 1 starters for us if you came here, but we lose some big commits there. Jimmy Craver we're going after. Looks like South Carolina revoked their scholarship, so that means we should be getting Jimmy Craver. So we're back to number 1 in the nation, by the way. So that's good, as we will be facing SMU in the ACC championship game. So that will be next episode, and I think we should already have a college football spot locked up. So next episode, if I'm correct, we have a college football spot locked up. We have the ACC championship, but I think if we win this one, we should get the first round bye. So that would be great. So next episode, I think, is going to be the ACC championship, the college football playoff, and then we'll have a separate episode for just like off-season recruiting and stuff. I don't know. That's the plan right now. We can now do more recruiting here. Unfortunately, Hicks is going to Bama. Kiernan, he wants to go to championship contender. Updates to recruiting. We're throwing 50 here on Darren Finnegan. We are hard selling hometown hero. Hopefully that gets us a boost. I don't know. I just feel like my hard cells aren't doing that. I feel like my hard cells, I have good hard cells, like I have A's, pluses, and B's, but I just feel like they're not doing that much. They're not having that much impact as I thought they would. But we're throwing 50 on Hugh Duck. We're throwing 50 on Cager as well. Buy him. I think Oklahoma State's going to get him, but you never know. So we're throwing 50 on him. We're throwing 40 on Jimmy Craver. We are hard selling him as well. Shamir Warrior, we're still tossing 35. And then we found a 3-star gem, vertical threat tight end who's 6'6". He's got 83 speed, 80 catching, 86 excel. He's not as good as Wagner. He's kind of like Wagner light. Maybe he's a little taller than Wagner. 6'6", 219. It's kind of 219 is kind of small tight end. Maybe this guy could line up at potential wide receiver. He's got 80 catching as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. But we were throwing 10 on him. We're currently his only offer, but I guarantee you, watch Arizona and whatever and fucking Akron start going after him as soon as I go after him. So we found ourselves a gem. I added a bunch of 3-star guys to the board to see if we could find any gems. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this week. So we'll go to next week. All right, recruiting update. We forced a recruiting battle with Oklahoma State. I don't think we're gonna get him. I think he's going to Oklahoma State. Finnegan's in third. Or Clemson's gonna get him probably. Huge Duck, he's in his top 5. We are still in first. So that's good. But we are now back up to an A+ championship contender. But next episode, we will play all the postseason games that we have. We got SMU in the ACC Conference Championship. I'll check out the CFP bracket, and we are an automatic qualifier. So we automatically qualify. I don't know if that means we automatically qualify for first round bye, but if you see in the bottom right, there says a little white box outside. That means you're automatic qualifier. So that means we are an automatic qualifier for the college football playoffs. So win or lose, we're in, but I would like to win. So obviously this game against SMU is the biggest game we've had so far, but that will be for next episode. So we'll do conference championship game, we'll do the college football playoff, and then recruiting and stuff like that. And then I don't know if I'm gonna make the whole postseason all one episode like I did that one time, but I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This is a pretty good episode. We had some close games, some near losses, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time on FIU or on Jets Franchise. Next. Peace.